Welcome in, everybody, to PWF. What a huge way to kick off the show. I'm Johnny Von Hollywood. Joined with me, of course, is the Proving Grounds General Manager, Robert, who you've had a pretty busy week the past 3 days, Robert. From Galactic Conquest to Monday with both Chopper and Perkin coming after you. I'm sure we'll talk about it throughout the night as we kick off the show with an exclusive tag team match for PWF. Hell yeah.
It's certainly been a wild time. And this looks like it's going to be a wild match we've got starting off here.
Yes, it is going to be some tag team action between some DreamWorks characters and Pixar characters. Welcome in to PWF, everybody. Robert, I hope you like the new stage we got going on here for PWF.
Very ECW vibes, which I think are rather good. You can't go wrong with a bit of ECW.
Ace was very proud of it. Now, of course, this past weekend, we had Galactic Conquest, in which, for the first time ever, we set a goal for donations. We reached that goal, and afterwards, I immediately went live to show off me failing on the island for an hour. It was miserable. And then after that, I played a Royal Rumble match, and then Rod Kemp versus Nia Jax. I started at number 1, made it all the way to 30, and then lost to Braun Breaker. If you want to check out the live replay, it's very fun. Listen, it was a wild night for Galactic Conquest. Monday Night Call, you were going to come out and have a few words, but then Perkin attacked you, Robert. So I feel like this is your opportunity to finally speak.
It hurts more being betrayed by family than being assaulted by strangers. I definitely felt that knife being plunged into my back. That was unexpected. In many ways undeserved. I've been good to my BWI brothers, and they turned on me. They betrayed me. They betrayed what we've stood for, and what we've built as a team. And I hope they can sleep at night and be proud of themselves, because they've committed to a very, very nasty act that should not be rewarded at all.
Who would have thought this would be the way we were going to kick off the ShockWrestling summer post-Galactic Conquest, post-Star Wars month? Well, I guess technically it's still May. But Elastigirl is coming in the classic Elastigirl outfit.
The classic gear, yeah. A bit of a throwback attire here from both of them.
And look at that, Mr. Incredible in his classic gear, supporting his wife.
Looking a bit younger than we usually see him in the ring. A bit leaner.
Yeah,
not as stocky as we've seen him before.
That is one of my favorite things about the Incredibles movie. I love that when Bob started getting back into shape and everything, that he was still bigger, like he still was an older man. I thought that's something really creative that I feel like sometimes in certain modern movies I don't see as much anymore.
No.
Wow, Shrek and Fiona. So, as a kid, Robert, do you have any preference? Were you a Shrek guy? Were you a Pixar guy? Did you like DreamWorks or Pixar better?
I loved me some Shrek. I can definitely tell you that. That was the jam. That was the thing to go with. I did really, really love it. And I like bits and pieces of Pixar. Funny enough, Incredibles being one of them. But I would say I was more of a DreamWorks guy. Yeah.
For those of you who are new and maybe haven't experienced PWF before, Robert is the one and only. I wouldn't say only. You are like the movie buff in my eyes. Of course you have a great letterbox, but you watch everything. Literally everything.
I like to have a wide variety of stuff to watch. I think it's quite part of the fun. And I think it'd be quite boring if I just watch one type of genre. As Shrek just shrugs it off like it's nothing. I like watching a bit of everything. I like a bit of schlock. I like a bit of art. It's the wonder of cinema. It's provided all sorts of genres and wonderful and horrific things for us to watch or suffer. Now, and that's the wonder of cinema.
Shrek 2 is one of my favorite movies of all time. Incredibles 2 is okay. It's fine.
Haven't seen it.
Oh.
I'll get around to it at some point, but I just don't know when.
We were just talking about how when we go to the movie theaters, sometimes we get an introductory message. That's more of a modern thing in movies, I feel. I remember going to see The Incredibles, and everybody had to tell me, we've been trying to make this for 20 years or whatever, which I think just made me more annoyed with my disappointment of the movie.
As if, with the new Mission Impossible, I don't know if this is the case when it's not in IMAX, but I did see it in IMAX, and Tom Cruise gives you a thank you message, which was pretty cool. And then when I saw The Fabelmans, the GOAT, Steven Spielberg, had one of his own.
Yes, Steven Spielberg. And I like when the directors do it. Sometimes when you get involved with all the actors, Shrek 5 is going to do it. Right? Are you on my side with that? I guarantee Mike is going to hop up there and be like, "Are you ready for Shrek?"
But I'd want it to be the character of Shrek doing it. I wouldn't want anything else.
Right! You're right! Just like when they did the Oscars for the first time, how they had Jimmy Neutron and Shrek and all them at the Oscars. You're right. Shrek climbing up top, the big man from the swamp.
Wow, okay, this is gonna hurt.
Boom! Now, this could be it. The cover here against the Pixar wrestler who's never been very good in the ring, but a quick kick out. Shrek, of course, in the first movie. Huge wrestling moment. They had the ring in Lord Farquaad's little castle.
Mansoor made a pretty funny tweet about that scene, actually. He's calling him like a selfish asshole and stuff. Which is funny.
What a different time. Have you seen any modern Pixar movies? Oh, the Iron Claw by Shrek on Mr. Incredible.
Modern Pixar? I mean, have I? Oh, I've seen Puss in Boots 2. I saw that in cinema, that was cool.
Yes, I am a big fan of Last Wish.
Mark Mamora from Pablo Escobar and Narcos, a great actor. He was really, really good as the wolf. I don't think I've seen anything after that though. From DreamWorks.
We have Fiona back in the ring. Tagging Shrek back in as Shrek and Mr. Incredible go after each other.
Shrek again just shrugging it off like it's absolutely nothing. Mr. Incredible's not doing too well in this match.
Well, Mr. Incredible's lore here in the PWF history has never really been good, right, Rob?
No, he's always been below on the card or losing in embarrassing fashion. Since the resurgence of the brand, he has gotten more capabilities, won a couple of belts here and there. So he's more credible than he was, but at one point he was Mr. Non-Incredible, and he just lost all the time. It was quite funny.
He was just not credible at all.
No, not at all. Not even in the slightest.
More hits here, taking Shrek down in the center of the PWF Blockbuster Wrestling Ring. Of course, don't forget we have our 2K25 Community Creations Tournament tonight.
Whoa.
Elastigirl, roll up.
Pin. Using some of their powers there, I think. Wow.
Yeah, that did look like an Elastigirl move. Oh my goodness. Taking down Fiona again here. More stomps by Elastigirl. I always like this Elastigirl outfit. I like this outfit in the video game. When you get to play as...
Wait a bit of that game.
in the first game. And I am Mr. Incredible. Oh, the dash level. Which one? The running to school dash level or the second one? The run into school, late for school. Great.
I don't think I ever got that far. I think I was so incompetent at that game. I couldn't even get past the opening.
Well, the second dash level, I think was after the level where you're Violet and Dash, and that level was a pain in the ass. Pin here by Fiona onto Elastigirl. Kick out, at the last second. Mr. Incredible was coming in, but his lack of wrestling prowess is showing, where he didn't really know what to do there.
He just doesn't know what to do. He just doesn't know where to be, how to get to places. He's rather bad, to be honest. Still.
Fiona from the top. What are we going to see? Elbow drop. Into a cover.
Going in for the pin.
1, 2.
I think that's going to be...
Oh, no, another kick out. Big DreamWorks versus Pixar battle to kick off this new season of PWF. Whoa!
Another tag. Oh.
Oh my
bit
goodness.
of a fight back for Mr. Incredible. Maybe he heard our disparaging comments and thought, no, I'm gonna show them.
He's always had to feel those disparaging comments across the Shock Wrestling universe. Of course, you infamously love the old dunce cap that used to exist.
Hat. You can't go wrong with the dunce hat.
In the old lore. As Shrek,
Which, for those who are not aware of how that worked, it was that you wore the dunce hat like you used to do in English classrooms back in the day. And if you were the dunce, you were the class idiot. So the dunce hat was like a title belt, but you got rid of it by winning a match. And whoever was the loser or the one being pinned in said match then had to become the dunce boy. And it was pretty funny. I think we should. I'm motioning for it to come back.
Isn't it weird we used to just bully kids like that back in the day?
Well, they gotta learn somehow, you know.
I guess. I don't want to walk around wearing the fucking dunce cap. Oh! I don't even know what that was called, but the booty to the face, the rear view.
1,
Damn.
2, kick out.
I always forget. It's called the rear view. Such a... Where do people come up with some of these moves? As Elastigirl.
The minds of wrestlers.
Oh! Trying to take down Fiona. Got the cover
a nice
on.
power bomb there. I think that was a Blue Thunder bomb to finish the match. No, to finish the match. Finish the match. There we go.
As Elastigirl...
Goes for something else.
Oh, no. This could be it, Robert. Oh!
High kick. And a pin. As Mr. Incredible does nothing to break up the pin.
Just sanding her out, and Elastigirl gets the win.
No, there they win. There they win. I was going to say Mr. Incredible to break up the pin. I should have been on Shrek. I'm so used to Mr. Incredible losing that I thought he was the one that had to break up the pin there. That's his thing. Is losing. And I'm so used to it. I had a complete Freudian slip and blamed him, and it should have been Shrek breaking that pin there.
Exactly. Elastigirl pulling away the win for her husband here tonight. Kind of similar to the plot lines of the second movie where Mr. Incredible is crashing out. But Elastigirl gets a win here tonight at this newest season of PWF. What a match so far. We only have a few more matches tonight. Right after this upcoming women's match, we have the Community Creations opening match.
I'm excited for that. We're going to see some cool stuff, I think.
Yes, and of course, a bit later on, we have the Blockbuster title on the line as well as the PWF World Championship. But we are moving on tonight. Now, Robert, this episode may have been booked with not necessarily you coming into the booth and joining me.
I don't know.
But of course, with the whole Perkin and Chopper situation, I'm glad you are here to speak your mind on things. But we're...
Well, you know, I've got a horrible bruise on my head, a pack of peas covering it as we speak, and trying to recover both mentally and physically.
Now, I don't know, I could be wrong in speaking out of my ass here, but I feel like SpongeBob is more of an American television show for kids. Were you ever a SpongeBob fan growing up?
SpongeBob was pretty big in the UK, certainly when I was growing up. I mean, at one point it seemed like there would be entire days where SpongeBob would just take over the Nicktoons programming for a day, to the point that I used to irritate my parents.
Did you
my
see
brother
the
would watch lots on SpongeBob?
Did you see the OG SpongeBob movie in theaters?
No. When did that come out? That
2004?
I would have been probably 3 or 4 then. 3, 4, maybe 5 at a push. So I was far too young, I guess, to have seen that. The first film I remember seeing in the cinema, I think this might have even been before that, would have been the Thunderbirds movie with I think Bill Paxton. So that's pretty cool.
Catwoman is joining the fray here tonight. Okay, so Catwoman. I assume this is supposed to be the Arkham version. You're a Batman fan, aren't you, Rob?
I am a big fan of Batman.
Yeah,
I like Batman stuff. I've just finished the other day watching The Penguin. That was really, really good.
Yes, I enjoyed that. It's a shame that universe might not come back.
I think it'll happen. If not, I'll make it happen. I don't really think that Batman should become involved with the James Gunn stuff. I think that should just be allowed to be its own thing. But I'm interested and looking forward to what they do next with Batterson and where that goes.
Me as well.
Whoa.
Sandy Cheeks versus Catwoman.
I mean, look at where we're at. I don't think anyone could have imagined this match even a year ago.
This is a very JVH targeted booking, it seems, because excuse me, Sandy Cheeks getting taken down by Catwoman. Catwoman, of course, has appeared in live action now 4 separate times.
That's crazy.
5 separate times. Almost forgot the 66 version. No, I did count the Halle Berry version, of course.
And I would still love to see a live action Jason Todd at some point. That would be fun.
Bro, Rubber, I can barely get a Robin in my movie. How are we gonna get the second the loser Robin?
I don't know. Adapt them both at the same time.
Can we
got
have
2 Robins this time?
What do you think, Batman the Brave and the Bold, the DC Universe movie, which Robin do you think? Do you think it's going to be Dick? Do you think it's going to be Damian?
I think it's going to be Damian.
Because I know they said stuff like that, but technically the stories that James Gunn referenced that he wants to be inspired by are stories where Dick's Batman and Damian is Robin.
I think they'll have, a Bruce Wayne Batman, a Damian Robin, and then they'll just allude to the fact that Nightwing's around as is.
That's all I
want.
want. Just tell me Nightwing's there.
They'll just do stuff like that, I imagine.
They might do what the DC animated movies did, where they just skipped every other Robin. They said Dick existed and then Damian existed.
Yeah, I mean, I would have really liked to have seen the, I think it was Adam McKay, the Lego Batman dude's Nightwing film. It's a shame that they never materialized. I was very excited for that when that was announced, and it never was a thing. But now it is what it is.
It's Sandy Cheeks with a pin here. Now, you know what's also funny? Lord and Miller were originally going to direct that Flash movie.
Yeah,
that would have been something
weird.
That would have been. I mean,
just to think,
probably
wouldn't have been weird. It probably would have been good. I think it's just a weird thing to think about. That at one point that was going to be then,
Catwoman with a cover,
the Spideyverse stuff
that they won't be able to finish either.
I think they'll get there eventually. It's gonna take a while.
It's just gonna take them a few minutes. Sandy Cheeks, I have stated before that I think there's only one good SpongeBob movie. I feel like they've missed the mark on all the other ones. Into another cover
I've only seen the first one, so
see, that's a good.
Oh, that's a lie.
Oh,
I've seen the one with Keanu Reeves in as well.
Oh, I have not seen that one, but I do know which one you're talking about. Here we.
Yeah.
Catwoman.
That was all right, from what I remember.
Oh, Sandy Cheeks, the Karate Master.
One midair and slam down. There we go.
People will always forget the lore of Sandy Cheeks, season 1 of SpongeBob. She was a karate. Remember when SpongeBob used to be a karate superstar? I do. Now I sound old.
I'm learning.
That was the whole thing. In season 1, he loved jellyfish hunting and he loved karate, and then we just forgot.
What a cool guy!
All the old Nicktoons games, he always had the karate choppers. Another cover here. Sandy Cheeks unable to do it against Catwoman.
What a match we're having here.
What's your favorite iteration of Catwoman?
Let me open the Mind Palace. I'm a big fan of the Burton vs. Catwoman. I think that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also, this might be a bit of a deep cut. I quite like the depiction in The Batman, the animated series.
The animated show, okay.
Just before Brave and the Bold, that one there.
Yep.
I liked that one version as well. It's a bit of a deep cut, but yeah that was a good show. I'd like to be able to rewatch it, but I don't think you can in Blighty, unfortunately.
Oh well, I I wasn't a huge fan of The Batman. I think that came out in 2004 as well. But
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah.
I loved
roll up.
The Batman versus Dracula movie they made for that show.
Right. I haven't seen that, but I know that's Peter Stormare.
Robert,
as
you
Dracula.
might really like that movie.
Right.
Catwoman
Peter Stormare's
from
my
the
boy.
top.
You know. He's in The Big Lebowski and Fargo. That makes him a cool dude.
Catwoman taking over this match as Sandy Cheeks on the outside of the ring here tonight for PWF.
I could see something wild here, I think. Jumping. Whoa! Landing on their feet. True to their gimmick.
This is insane. Catwoman and Sandy Cheeks on PWF. Who would have thought? Blockbuster Wrestling kicking off with such a huge night.
And I'm sure there's been fights between squirrels and cats before, but not in the context of a wrestling match.
Yes, isn't it? I didn't even think of that. Damn, you made my booking better, Robert.
The age-old rivalry continues.
My dogs capture squirrels sometimes.
I remember years and years ago, I don't know if it was a real trailer or a fake trailer, but there was this movie trailer for The Squirrels, which was the birds but with squirrels. And I don't know if it ever materialised or was a film or was just a big joke.
See, and
but I do remember specifically seeing that.
That is why Robert is the best at pulling movies out of his ass, because that sounds like something I would love.
It was like, again, I don't know if it was a real film at the end, but I just remember at the end of this trailer, just the shot was of like a squirrel with a severed finger.
People have been asking me, what's the next, short film or feature film project you'd like to make? And Rob has now convinced me of a squirrels movie. And Catwoman gets the win against the squirrel. The cat beats the squirrel. I almost said rat, but Congratulations to Catwoman here tonight. Of course, both of us are hopefully looking forward to whatever may happen in the Pattinson universe upcoming here.
Oh, yeah, of course. Good stuff.
But we are going to move on tonight. We are kicking off the WWE 2K25 Community Creations Tournament here at PWF tonight. We have Spike Freaky 70148 with some superstars here tonight for the Community Creations Tournament. Of course, this tournament will be going all the way through to August to Tidal Wave.
That's a sick design.
Wolverine, yes, only the best of the best. Look at this is a beautiful design. I like the kind of shading that's going on here. He did something with the saturation that came out really good.
Nuts. It looks like it's from like a different game. They've just ported the model over. That is crazy.
Very good Wolverine to kick off this Community Creations Tournament. All right. So we're going to have some things to talk about during this match. But
I don't think he's going to be allowed to use his claws. I think that's going to be banned in the traditional match. So we'll see if he sticks to that or not.
Oh, and look who it is. We have, it says Superman, but that looks like Clark Kent to me. Look at the chin
why would that be Superman?
on this guy.
He's wearing glasses and a suit. That's not Superman.
He doesn't have curls in his hair.
Wow. That's going to be... What?
All right.
Someone messed around with the nameplate here. That's clearly Clark Kent and not Superman. I don't know what's that's about.
So Clark Kent, in the new movie, James Gunn's Superman.
Yes.
I like his hair. I like it being
it's very Tony Khan.
Kind of wild as Clark.
Yes.
A little bit more messy, and not necessarily clean.
So it's going to be interesting if he looks like Tony Khan when he's always Clark, or if he'll look a bit different.
Well,
you don't know.
So of course the teaser came out a few months ago, but when the trailer just dropped, it seemed like we got a few more alternate Clark. Oh, Robert. Okay, I know you'll appreciate this. I'm such a nerd. So, in the Superman movie, when Superman reveals to Lois that Clark Kent's Superman when she goes to shoot him, how he changes his posture and how his Superman voice is slightly more, I don't know, commanding of a voice.
Yeah.
I love in this stupid James Gunn trailer when she says, "Let me interview you as Superman," and then when he says Miss Lane, to me that was such a like Christopher Reeve looking moment. Oh, Superman's here.
Where's Kate gone? Superman's here now. What's going on?
I loved that he has that other, he's shifting between the Superman and the Clark personas. I thought that's awesome.
Just to break character here for a second, I was hoping that was going to happen because I didn't want to sound like an asshole saying that Clark Kent looks stupid because it looked great. I was banking on him changing.
Stepping out of the booth.
Exactly.
So
just for a moment.
Once again, Spike Freaky is a.
He's done a great job.
Wow. I love once again the saturation. Look at this. It's sorry, Rob.
Crazy.
It's no Snyder movie in here.
No, well. We're trying to get a submission victory right out of the gate. That's going to be hard to do.
Of course, we're going to have a lot of actions for the 2K25 Community Creations Tournament coming up here through the next few months. Tidal Wave, one of our biggest events of the year. It always defends every single title.
Can't get much bigger than that.
Uh-oh, tied up here. Are you a Wolverine guy at all?
I like Wolverine. I'm a fan of the Fox X-Men movies. I think most of them are pretty good. I think the character's cool. Do I think in these new movies maybe does he need to be the protagonist again? I don't think so. We could probably focus on the Cyclops or someone else like that. That would be fun. But, I like the character. The powers are cool. Hugh Jackman did a great job. And I'll be interested to see if they just keep the Jackman around or if they'll get someone else.
Now, if this were 10 years ago, it'd be a different conversation, I feel, but who would your pick be now to play the new Wolverine?
Oh, I don't know, to be honest.
Right? Isn't it kind of confusing now? Well, I feel like 10 years ago, people were saying Radcliffe or even Tom Hardy, I felt like was thrown around quite a few times.
I think it's a bit of an annoying thing, I guess, that, a new actor will break through and then immediately Twitter just starts fan casting them in superhero films when maybe they want to do something different.
Exactly.
Not every actor wants to go down that path.
Yep.
I think that, if that's what they're going to do, great. Make your money, make the films you want to make, but not every actor needs to go down that route. So just,
of course,
do all the fan casting.
Yeah, as people always say, let the fans write the movie. Yeah, don't do that.
No. That's happened a fair few times now with some films.
It feels like that.
They haven't worked.
Now, of course...
Wolverine is busted open.
So, that girl, Isabella, who's playing Hawkgirl in the new Superman movie, she was one of the girls in Madam Web. So, yes. I'm kind of happy that, she didn't, kind of what you were saying, how people don't necessarily want to go and do a superhero movie. I'm kind of glad that Madam Web, didn't necessarily destroy her career.
That'd be unfortunate.
I mean, Superman could not make money, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I really feel like it will.
I think it'll do well. Of course, we have a bit of a triple threat, I guess, with Supes, Fantastic Four, and Jurassic World coming out all roughly at the same time.
Oh boy! What a big month!
It'll be interesting to see which one comes out on top. I mean, I'm a big cruise fan. Yes. I'm a big cruiser, so I'd want to see Mission Impossible do well as well. Go Tom Cruise.
To an extent, yes. Go Tom Cruise. Mr. Movie himself.
Exactly, Mr. Movie Man.
Did you watch him eating popcorn?
I did indeed.
Yes, beautiful.
He's got a nice technique with his popcorn eating.
I think I'm going to do that all day if I go to see the movie. I'm going to try to figure that out.
I was going to say, it's gone. The fort is gone.
Wolverine.
Oh, that's it, yeah. Cruz and McQuarrie want to make a Les Grossman movie, which I fully support. That would be very, very funny.
Yes. Les Grossman, of course, the producer of Tropic Thunder. Wait, was the movie Tropic Thunder in the
Oscar,
movie?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I knew this.
So Tropic Thunder is like the book based on the book based on the experience of the people who did the so-called Tropic Thunder mission.
Yes.
3 of them got published. 1 of them got a movie deal or something. The jokes along those lines, which is great and funny,
and still relevant to modern filmmaking.
Yeah. So I'd love to see more Tropic Thunder. I think all those characters are really, really funny.
Oh, look at Wolverine, bro! Look at how his knuckles stick out. I didn't even see that. His little claw thing. Now, originally in the comics, Wolverine's claws were actually an attachment from that thing. They weren't, fused to him in the original versions. Isn't that weird?
So he didn't have the metal skeleton, did he? He used to.
So yeah, before he used to put on the gloves had the claws, and then to my knowledge, he got the adamantium skeleton while he still wore the claws. And then they changed it. I think this was changed in the 80s, So of course the movies were accurate to the comics at the time, to my knowledge. But in the 70s or 80s, his claws came from his gloves. And of course the X-Men movie mutated him for it. Yeah.
I've always known, or it's been my knowledge, he's just had the bone claws which then have the metal put over them.
Which is so cool.
So that's quite, that's cool.
There's one iteration of Wolverine where he starts becoming feral, and it is some of the grossest art. He doesn't have a nose anymore. It's wild. It's like when Batman was addicted to Venom. When Batman was addicted to Bane's Venom, and he locked himself in the cave for a month to get off of it. Oh, the art is just gross. Superman standing up against Wolverine. Will the adamantium skeleton take him down? Oh my goodness. Superman. Whoa! I was about to go to sleep there, but he kicked him in the face.
That was pretty brutal there. That was some sort of variation of the go to sleep, I believe.
More hits here. Getting punched by Wolverine.
Yes.
Sounds like it hurt. Getting punched by a normal person hurts. But somebody with, a metal skeleton. Plus, Wolverine carrying that weight around, he's heavy. He's a heavy guy.
He might be short, but he's heavy.
He's metal. He's carrying, I don't know how many pounds that is. That's got to be a lot. Sorry, stones, that is, for you, or whatever the hell.
Oh! Spraying something in his face.
Oh my god, the rabid Wolverine is spraying Superman's face. Look at him. He's blind.
Maybe that's some sort of kryptonite. I don't know what's happened there. That's creepy.
He had,
disgusting.
The blood capsules in movies that you bite down on, but it was kryptonite. There's, little pop rocks in there of kryptonite.
He came in with a plan, and he used it to possibly get the win. There's been, no fight since he's done it. They're trying to get him to submit. That's crazy.
Oh, my goodness. What's going to make more money, Deadpool and Wolverine or Superman? Is it going to be determined here? Superman getting
Not quite.
Once again, beautiful community creations by Spike Freaky on WWE 2K25 servers for the new gen. I feel like I should start specifying, the PS5, the Xbox Series versions. Superman.
I know, I'm still an old head. I'm still on the PS4 version. I can't.
Yeah, so
I unfortunately can't have these great creations on my roster.
Oh!
My universe mode as Wolverine tabs. Wow, I did not see that coming.
I did not see that coming either. Superman with the win here tonight. Now, Robert, I'm sure we'll talk soon, and I'm sure we'll talk more about this stuff again, but you think Superman's going to make $1 billion?
I would like it to. I'm a fan of James Gunn, and I would like to see where his vision continues, but you never know. As we said, it's that triple threat that is an interesting
yes
circumstance to release your film around, and we'll definitely see I think pretty quickly after those films release, which ones the audiences are gonna prefer and go towards.
Yes, I'm very.
Really, they're both do fine, you know.
Yeah, not everybody's like us, where we're like, yeah, we'll see all three of them. You know, I feel like the general audience nowadays is kind of like, maybe I'll pick, and I'm like, well, okay.
Just see them all.
Just like, yeah. At the same time, though, sometimes movies are expensive.
Yeah, of course. You know, maybe there's ways out there that you can get like subscriptions and stuff to cinemas, which are pretty handy. I've got one myself. So you know, there are ways and there are means. I am a fierce anti-piracy advocate though, so don't be doing that, viewers.
Good for you.
Don't be naughty.
Yes, good. I agree with Robert. Everything Robert's saying right now. Yeah, don't. You want to download a car, would you?
No. Yeah, that's that amazing old. I don't know if the Americans got this, but the amazing old video used to play before DVDs, which is you wouldn't steal a purse. Yeah, it's just that over and over again. Like,
we just had the FBI warning screen. We didn't have anything fun, or at least from what I remember. But we are moving on tonight because it's time for a Blockbuster World Championship match here tonight at PWF. Paploo, the reigning Blockbuster World Champion,
there we go,
is going to be in a very special match here tonight. And don't forget, our next match after this, our main event, the PWF World Championship, as our open challenge for the Blockbuster match has been accepted by Lightning McQueen here tonight.
I believe a former tag team champion. I might be wrong.
I have seen many different iterations of Lightning McQueen.
Yes.
Must I say, this is probably my favorite one. I have seen some cursed versions of Lightning McQueen. Rob.
Well, my design a few years ago, they were like the humanoid equivalents.
That's scary. I like that this one. I like the commitment to a race car uniform for this one. This one's really a smart way of doing it. This is awesome. Usually I can't stand when we do some of these characters. Lightning McQueen looks great. This is awesome. Hopefully, I don't know if I want him to beat Paploo necessarily, but
no. I'd like Paploo to come out here and get the win. I think that'd be a good moment for the crowd at home.
Of course, Paploo had a match at Galactic Conquest, and of course an infamous match back at May 4th. Paploo holding on to this World Championship is something I don't necessarily agree with. I don't like.
Well, he's been a world champion before. He's always had talent. He's always been at the top of the card. So to see him do so again in the new promotion shows you that he's still that man he once was, and he's still trying to be at that level again of reigning supreme and reigning over the rest of the division, which he's clearly doing right now. And the fact that he's opening the doors to multiple different challenges shows you that he's not a paper champion. He is the real deal.
Look, Paploo through the years has been around, but as he's come back in this era of ShockWrestling and claiming that he wanted to cure the place, and of course claiming that the cure has been made after winning this Blockbuster World Championship. It's main character problems. I don't know what's with you and our other world champions all wanting to be the main character of ShockWrestling. Yeah. I'm not Raven.
I'm not deluded. I do not refer to myself as the main character. I'm here to be a world champion, yes, but I defend my belt against any and all comers. But I don't delude myself into thinking I'm the main character. That's very egotistical and very disrespectful to the rest of the boys in the back. I am simply, at the moment, the world champion. And I know at some point I am going to lose that world championship, but it's my job to keep hold of it as long as I can. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. You know, Chopper and Perkin might now think they have a shot at my title, but I can tell you that they're going to have to earn it. When otherwise, had they just, not betrayed me and asked me politely, they would have had a shot. We might have even had the shot by now, but they decided to betray me. Which is Never fun.
Look, I'm a big Cars fan. It's PWF month this month. Let's see if we can have a PWF superstar take back the Blockbuster Championship from this punk Paploo. Lightning McQueen, I think, is a great name.
Star of the movie Cars.
Lightning McQueen is such a good name. It's so goofy. It's so.
It is like an 80s wrestling name as well. I think.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Of course, Steve McQueen.
A local talent ass name.
So, Lightning. Oh, have you seen the three Cars movies?
I've only seen the first one, and I think 20 minutes to maybe 40 minutes of the second one. That's it.
Are you not a fan of the second one?
I thought it was just on TV for a bit, so I watched it and then probably watched something else.
Oh.
So it's how it goes. Sometimes
I feel like that's
Paploo doing a crazy ass move.
Yeah, Paploo, look at this guy. I hate him. I do have to say he is kind of a workhorse champion. Not nearly as much as you have been a workhorse champion, but definitely a lot more than the Raven has been.
Well, the Raven, as I've said in the K-Pop chat, is a massive hypocrite. The moment he became a world champion, he just started behaving exactly like Nicholas. It was crazy.
He's twerking on him!
Gets jiggy with it in the ring. I don't know if I wanted to see that or if I ever want to see that again. That was pretty horrifying.
Look, he's got some junk
Paploo
in the
punches
trunk.
him with a kick to the face.
Oh, no.
Busting him open. There's oil all over the ring.
We've got a spill!
We're going to have to get whatever Pickens is still employed at the company to go clean that up as Paploo puts him into the Ewok escape.
The Yo-Lock or whatever the hell he calls it. This is lame.
No, that's what it's called, not the Ewok escape, the Yo-Lock. As you see that he didn't quite get it locked in. He seemed to have it, both of his hands positioned around one side of the neck, which is not how he likes to get that move in. Maybe because he's a car and it's not a neck, it's a bonnet, so things are different.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't choke a car, would you? The car's got an arm.
Oh, a severed arm is brought into the ring. That's never good.
I was just thinking,
okay.
I know this isn't a Pixar. Oh, here we go. Another cover here. 1, 2, 3. Paploo retains.
And that's all they wrote.
The severed arm made me think of Barnyard. Do you know that movie? I think John Travolta's Otis, the cow. And they go to order the pizza. Is it not? I could be wrong.
I don't know. I haven't seen that film in years. I know that Sam Elliott's in it. That's about it.
I think Otis is John Travolta.
And then there's that one.
But there's that scene
like Jonah Hill. You know, that's all I know.
Yes, and there's the scene in the movie where they order pizza and they have the fake mannequin arm, and the arm falls, and the pizza guy just goes, ah! And he stares at the arm. It's so stupid. It's so funny to me. Still, to this day.
To watch Barnyard again.
Sam Elliott's rendition of "Won't Back Down" by Tom Petty.
Hell yeah,
beautiful. Paploo won't back
watching
down.
That in like 14 years, probably more.
Paploo won't back down here in PWF as he retains the Blockbuster World Championship.
He is the lead champion, in the words of Mr. Fozzy Judas, Chris Jericho.
Mr. Fozzy Judas. Main event time on this first episode of the newest season of PWF. The PWF World Championship claimed by Sully, finally, here in the ShockWrestling universe.
Exactly.
And we brought back PWF, so you're welcome, Sully. Anyway,
of course.
This is going to be a PWF World Championship match here tonight. And Sully is opening the challenge. Oh.
Star. Oh, I'm not kidding. I have enough time to read the stars.
Well,
who is this?
If I am correct in thinking, by looking at all those stars, this looks like... I don't know who the hell that is.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're making their way down to the ring.
Ryan Gosling? Who is that?
It's either Mr. Beast, Ryan Gosling, or someone else.
It is Ryan Gosling. Thank God.
It is Ryan Gosling.
We got confirmation by Frankie Stone in the sending me a note. I thought it was Ryan Gosling. Okay.
Wait, is this Nice Guys Ryan Gosling? Because he's got the broken nose.
Yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Could it? Okay. Ryan Gosling. Robert.
Colin March.
Are you a
there
fan?
We go, from The Nice Guys? Yes. The Nice Guys is one of my favourite movies. I am still incredibly angry that there's no The Nice Guys 2. I go to bed every morning, go to bed every evening, and wake up every morning and check Twitter, and I don't see the confirmation that they decided to make The Nice Guys 2, and I'm angry. I am very, very angry at the fact they still haven't done it. It's not fair. We should have 3 of those movies by now.
So, of course, Ace, on the other hand, is super excited for Ryan Gosling to be in a Star Wars.
I mean, that'll be funny. That'll be a big meme.
You seem to be boycotting that, though, because of the Nice Guys heat.
Yeah, well, I'd love rather than, yes, the Nice Guys 2, but if that does mean that we get a scene in this Flyboy Star Wars racer movie, he goes, I fly, that'll be, forgiven for a while at least.
Folks, Sully from Monsters Inc.
The other Sully
is taking on Sully from ShockWrestling.
I believe the very first PWF World Champion as well. So this is historic.
Sully, the admin, will be facing an old foe of Sully from Monsters Inc.
His own inspiration. That's pretty nuts.
I think. I mean. How often, you know how there are luchadors that, continue the legacy?
Yeah.
Are there generational, matches like this between luchadors? I think, I'm trying to think if I know.
Gotta have happened at one point. I mean, well, Dom Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio.
Oh, of course.
That's the one I can think of off the top of my head.
All right. Monsters, Inc., the Monsters University, and then they had a show, I think, as well.
All right.
I've seen both the movies.
Right. I've seen the first movie many years ago.
You haven't seen University?
No. That seems to be the tradition with me with Pixar. I've seen their early 2000s output and just not really watched much beyond that.
I feel like there's a few good modern movies as your PWF World Champion, Sully, makes his way down. Robert, you and I haven't been in the booth since we redesigned that disgusting Ace PWF belt. This PWF belt, you recognize it? I know we've brought it up before here in ShockWrestling.
Well, it's been restored to its former glory. Its integrity has been restored. Its look and its design has been restored to an extent. It's not exactly the same one, but it's close enough to its earlier design, and I do like it.
It's the unused CM Punk ECW belt that was going around that we inspired this design from. I think it's beautiful, as Sully wears it. Much better than some of our previous PWF World Champions here over the past few years in ShockWrestling. You got Jab, that was his first one. You got Ace, who sucks. Andrew Owen?
Other people.
I think Andrew Owen held it, right?
Yes. Yes, he did. Chavon, I think, at one point as well. So, pretty crazy. Pretty good lineage. If you look at the old promotion, things get really crazy when it's worn by the likes of Linguini, Frozone, and other such people. I'm forgetting. The Pixar, the Toy Story alien, little green dude had it at one point as well. So things have been pretty crazy with that belt lineage.
I'm still a little confused about our special guest referee for tonight's match. I don't know if there's a relationship between either of the Sullys and Ryan Gosling.
Well, he likes wrestling, Ryan Gosling. We know. I know that. There's that one interview he talks about I think it's the Ultimate Warrior or something, like not signing his Ultimate Warrior poster, and it broke little Ryan Gosling's heart.
Oh, the game broke the belt's design. I just realized that. It was fine at Conquest 3 days ago. Stupid. Well, I'm ready to rock and roll. It's our main event, PWF World Championship on the line. Sully, the admin, versus Sully from Monsters, Inc. Special guest referee, Ryan Gosling. I don't know his character in Nice Guys.
Holland March.
Possibly the Holland March version. What's the newest Ryan Reynolds movie? The Fall Guy? Did you like that one?
Ryan Reynolds. I've only seen it the one time. As well, the Fall. It's about Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty good. The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling. I'd say that was really good. I'm a big fan of that team. I thought the cast was great. Director's good. I'm happy that we've got a roll up just to end the match like that. I thought that was a good film. And to the point now I'm tempted to try and find a copy of the original Fall Guys show and give that a little look-see in the watch.
Nice. Very Robert coded, doing something like that, I feel.
Indeed.
Now, how do you feel? I know you, of course, are world champion yourself. Do you want Sully admin to retain, or do you want Sully to take it?
Sully admin's got this, I think.
Right.
You know, he's been grinding and fighting his way. As the other Sully sort of hooked his arm around the ropes there. That's a very illegal move to try and get a pin.
Of course, a few months ago, I offered the chance to
Sully
to win the PWF championship and bring back PWF, and he failed at that. Somehow, we still ended up here with him winning the championship and bringing back PWF still. Bastard.
But that's because it's destiny, and it was inevitable.
Destiny.
It was an inevitability.
You said destiny, and I thought of the line of Pirates of the Caribbean. It is that time of year. It starts getting hot out in Florida, and I want to sail the 7 seas and rewatch all 5 Pirates movies again.
I've seen the 4 of them. I haven't seen the 5th one.
What? The 5th one recovers from the 4th one so much better. All right.
I'll give it a go at some point, I'm sure.
All right.
I really like the second one, though. I will say that.
Too much. I gotta stop thinking about pirates. It's not Pirate Wrestling Federation. Actually, sometimes it feels like that with Bellamy Ironbeard and Tony Tortuga making their return. Oh! Sully taking down Sully. Sully with the cover. 1, 2, kick out.
A kick out.
Think Ryan Gosling is a fan of Pixar movies?
Well, I think I wouldn't be able to know that. You've stumped me. I don't know.
Well, he's got young kids, doesn't he? I feel like he would be a fan of Pixar. I mean, who's not a fan? So. Monsters, Inc. is awesome. Into a cover. 1, 2, no, unable to do it. Sully kicking out again, the PWF World Champion from ShockWrestling, not pulling out any offense against this giant beast, Sully.
Oh, just letting himself get wailed upon, but maybe that's the technique. He's letting the big man wear himself out so he can take him down in quick order. We've seen World Champion Sully come back from strange odds before.
Roll up Robert move here tonight, unable to do it.
Wasn't quite the sausage roll up, but that was pretty effective.
Here we go, throwing him against the ropes. I did see on Facebook Marketplace for $7,000 a life-size Sully statue.
$7,000, wow. That is a lot of money.
It was originally used for the promotion in Disney World. So,
wow.
And it has light-up eyes. It's very tempting, but it looks awesome. I'm going to put a picture of it right here because it really is insane.
There it is. It's right on the screen. Right there. Now it's moving across like a DVD port.
Stop it, you and Ace both. You guys and your DVD menus. I miss DVDs, man.
DVD menu.
I hate the digital era. Can you imagine how cool the behind the scenes of the DVD extras for the newest Mission Impossible would be?
I'm sure they'll do some. I'm sure Cruz will be
No,
like, yeah,
it
we
will
gotta
be
do some of that.
6-minute clips on YouTube, like how Disney does it on Disney Plus. Gosh, I hate movies, Rob.
Up in.
Sully getting the win.
Okay, I thought this match would
crashing
go a little
out.
longer, but
Who would have thought I'd be crashing out at the end of PWF's episode 1?
Okay.
Ah.
Somewhat easy work for the champion there to retain the title.
Look, we know that you champions have had to deal with a lot over the past month, especially since Mayhem 3. Entering this new era of Shock Wrestling has been huge and intense, but both are world champions that defended their belts here on tonight's first episode of Season 3 of PWF have retained. Paploo, still your reigning Blockbuster World Champion, and Sully with that PWF Championship around his waist. Now, of course, Germstars is going to have to bring that Outer Rim Championship here to PWF next week. We are going to see if Germstars can really hold on to that belt, the legacy title, here in the Shock Wrestling universe. Sully kissing the mat. He's so happy PWF is back, Rob.
I'm sure he is, and he deserves it. He's been through a lot.
He is one hell of a champion and has really wanted this moment to bring back his show to be the champion on the brand. Congratulations to PWF World Champion Sully for retaining on episode 1 of PWF here tonight. We have a lot more action coming up later on this season.
Wait a second.
Who's that? Jaden with the kendo stick attacking the PWF
so now
World
he
Champion.
has the boop stick. So now he has the boop stick. After all this time, he finally...
Oh no!
I despise Jaden.
Oh
I despise him.
Team Jaden has arrived on PWF. Jaden, the fallen Blockbuster World Champion, to Paploo himself, is now going after the PWF World Championship and the World Champion.
Can't get it done on the main shows. Having to resort to just being a dirtbag on PWF. What a
Whoa! Settle down with calling
man.
Jaden a dirtbag. I mean, he's doing a little bit of a dirtbagness. Oh, knee to the chest of Sully, possibly clipping his head there.
Dances around.
This is ridiculous. What an
And looks over the
ending.
broken heap.
What an ending here tonight of PWF's first episode. Jaden celebrating over the body of the champion. Well, folks, I guess you know what we are setting up for here. We are going to have a huge month ahead of us on PWF. Jaden wanting to go after Sully, your PWF World Champion. Wow! Team Jaden is back, baby! They're back! Thank you all for watching. Robert, thank you for joining us tonight on PWF.
It was my pleasure, as always.
It's going to
Always
be
a pleasure.
a huge month ahead of us. Every single Wednesday, PWF. Every single Monday, Monday Night Call. And on Fridays, we have Strike. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.